Okay, we're waiting for some more people to join. Because if she wants me to do it, I can, but I need some time.
Oh, no. I misread the message.
Okay, hi everyone, welcome to the live. Alright, so we are gonna continue right from where we left off. Alright, so a bit of miscomm on our part. Okay. Hi Wolf. Hi Chris. Alright, hi Curry. Welcome to the live everyone. Okay, now let's start again with this contents page. Okay, this is where we left off. Okay, so now that we have a bit more time on our hands, I also want to go through let me see. I want to go through, what do I want to go through? I want to go through the reviews that we've been getting. Oh, the grades that our students have been getting. Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, first things first, you guys can see over here. Okay, so these are some of the grades that our students have been getting, right? So over here you can see we have the Town Primary School and Alexandra Primary School. Okay, our students achieve full marks in both of these, right? So, and really, there is really no better proof of effective teaching and education in student results, right? As well as success stories and testimonials, right? So, as you can see, these are some of the results our students obtained after our classes, okay? So, definitely, I always tell students that with the oral exam and the composition, these are some of the hardest places to get full marks in because there are so many niche details, so many small details that can possibly go wrong. All right. So for student, the fact that our students are able to get full marks, all right, in these, all right, it is definitely something that we will always be proud of, something that we will never stop being happy about. All right. So students can take a look at this. Okay. Okay, but for students who want some statistics, I've also got you covered. Okay, Writers at Work is actually one of the top English tuition centers in Singapore. 90% of our PSLE cohort has since achieved AL 1 to 4, and 90% of our secondary school cohort 3 grades of improvement. Okay, so really, as an established English tuition center since 2012, parents and students can really rest assured that we have really all the resources, right, that that students might need for the success they desire, right? So English is a communicative skill, and that is something that we really understand, right? And it is something that not only just impacts the exam results that you get, but also the way students, right, present ourselves at every stage of life, right? So these are things that we always want to highlight, right? Okay, yeah, I'll show you guys some of the formats. Okay, this is one it's similar to the questions that you will see inside this ebook. All right, for example, you can see this: if you could choose, what time would you like school to start and end, why? All right, there are a lot of different reasons and a lot of different things that you can say. Okay, for students who are interested in going through some questions with us, or maybe you are feeling like a bit behind, all right, we will be happy to go through some questions with you guys. I'll go through the questions later, all right? So yeah, all right, so this is an example of the questions within the ebook. You can see this over here, all right? You can see, let me go through the next one. All right, so you can see this. Hi, hi hun, I'll just call you hun. Okay, yes, this is one of the four these are some of the pages that are inside the book. All right, so you guys can see here, this is suggested model responses for 2024 and 2025. All right, so you guys can take a look. Okay, 4990, sorry, basically, what are main things for us to look out? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Sorry, I'm not quite sure I understand your question. Okay, the main thing that I do want students to look out for in the ebook, is that what you mean? Or the main things that I'm pushing out now? The main things that I want to highlight to our students in this case are the resources that we have prepared for them. In this case, it is the oral ebook. Okay, it comes with karaoke videos that students can use to learn the finer details that are usually not displayed in other ebooks. All right, so that is one of the more unique parts about the ebooks that we are selling. Okay, and the other one is the intensive courses, the crash courses that we have prepared for students. Okay, for that we actually have the oral intensive crash course. Okay, the one's a group class, and the one-to-one intensive crash course. All right, so that is more personalized feedback, more attention given by the teacher. All right, so these are things that we're pushing out. Okay, and also what I would always go through with students in the classes would be the oral questions. All right, so we will be trying to break down different questions. What kind of things do the teachers want you to say when you see these questions? What are the ways to break down this question? What are the different answers that you can give? Okay, we're really trying to build that train of thought in our students so that our students are better able to ace the exam, essentially. All right. Yes, all right. So this is about it for the oral ebooks. Okay, so now this is the original price. All right, Han, please let me know if you have any other questions. All right, I'll be happy to answer you. Do let me know if I answered your question, because I'm not exactly sure. Not quite sure what you mean. All right. But yes, do clarify if all right. Hello, are you the tutor? All right, so with our classes, okay, we have a lot of different teachers, so it won't be me. There'll be a lot of other teachers. All right. For me, I usually teach on this live stream. All right, so you guys can ask me any questions when it comes to oral exam or the composition here in the live stream. All right. And paper two. Keep forgetting the paper two. Ooh. All right. All right. But yes, feel free to ask me any questions that you might have. Right? Yep, I'll be happy to answer you. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. So a lot of positive parent testimonials you guys can see over here. Oh, the screen's lagging a bit. All right. Yes, a lot of positivity, and that is something that we are always super grateful for. And it really does goes to show that our curriculum is working. So that is always a great thing for us to hear that our parents are so happy with us as well. All right. Okay, so now I will be moving on to the questions that I have prepared for you guys. All right. If you guys have any questions for me, okay, feel free to just let me know in the comment section, or if you have any questions about the curriculum that we not the curriculum, the things we are selling, the ebooks that we have prepared, the intensive crash courses, you can always let us know in the number 8404-9281. Okay, you can let us know and we'll be happy to help you. All right. Yep. Okay, so let's just move on to the questions. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start with O level because we've been working on PSLE for quite a bit. All right, so you can take a look at this. All right. Mm-hmm. this. Okay, let's take a look. Let me just pull out the notes so that I can show you guys. Okay, now first things first, when it comes to health consciousness, alright, we are going to break down the different types of questions that are more likely to come out, and we're also going to break down the kind of answers that you guys can use when you see these questions. Alright, so these are things that we're going to be going through. Okay, so you guys can take a look at this. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some time to take a look at this. Okay. everyone. Right? So yeah, okay, I trust that you guys have all taken a look. All right, thank you so much for liking the live, everyone. All right, let's take a look. Okay, now the first question is describe healthy eating patterns you maintain. Right, and a lot of students gave us different ideas, a lot of real life experiences as well. All right, pack fruit such as banana or apples for recess to replace snacks. All right, eating fruit daily. All right, attempt to eat less sugary food. All right. Okay, you can say I pick brown rice or whole grain rice options in school canteens. All right, you can also say that I choose drinks with no added sugar. So instead of so you're ordering kopi siew-dai instead of kopi kosong. Right? So you can also say that you actively look and choose healthier items such as boiled vegetables or steamed fish. Right? These are all great ways. You can also say that you host workshops for parents and students on meal prep, right? That okay. Oh, wrong ones. All right. Yeah. So these are all very great answers that you can use. All right. You can also elaborate with your own answers. All right. But this is the train of thought that we do want our students to have, so that you guys, understand um, what is required. Okay. Okay. Let's also take a look. Okay. This. Oh, how can schools promote better nutritional choices? All right. Okay. First things first. Okay. Host workshops for parents and students on meal prep. Okay. So you can talk about how the idea of meal prep does make sure that students are eating more healthily. They are prepping food at home by themselves, where they know exactly what's in the food rather than eating outside. All right. Reward classes that meet healthy eating challenges. Right, so I always talk about this experience that I have a long time ago when I was in primary school myself. Right, so and a few students came up to me and said that, oh, our teachers do that for us still, and I was like, oh wow, really, still? But yes, it is what we used to do is that our teacher would create little cards. Okay, so it was a cohort wide program. Okay, so what happened was that every single time a student buys fruit from the canteen, we would be given a small card, right? And we would put this card in a box. And by the end of the month, the teacher would actually check the box and see, which class has eaten the most fruit, and the class would be given a small reward, right? So and you could actually see that students were really trying to be getting as much as those cards as possible, just so that they will be able to go on stage and get these gifts. Right, so definitely I would say it is something that students did look forward to, and it was something that was effective. Right, also you can say you provide health rating and reward students for choosing healthier foods. Right, so these are all great ways so that students are more aware of what they put in their own tummies, right? So that they are able to be more conscious of their choices, right? Okay, another idea was to run healthier hawker days to feature low fat and low sugar options at school stores. Okay, so again, it is a lot about consciousness, how conscious you are about what you're eating, right? And how conscious you are about the way food impacts your body, right? And also, teachers can teach students about nutrition and science or CCE lessons. These are all great ways to help students to gain more information on this subject. All right, this you can talk about how teachers have that role to play. All right, remove sugary drinks from school vending machines, or you can say remove like snacks, um, snacks with high sodium content, right? So these are all ways that might not be very nice if they were to actually happen, but it does answer the question, all right? And it does show the teacher that you understand the concept of nutritional choices, all right? So these are the main things that we do want students to be able to master, and that you guys are able to understand, what the teacher wants you to do, how they want you to break down the question. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look at the next question. Okay, if anyone here, you guys can also answer the question. And I always tell students that brainstorming actually helps you guys so much. Or I have already been through the PSLE, it does not help me. But for you guys, brainstorming helps you guys to develop the train of thought that will support you in creating better answers during the exam, right? So I'll definitely tell students, give me as many answers as you can. All right, we will work through it together. All right, what exercise routines fit into student schedules practically? All right, so the main thing that we're looking here is the idea of practicality. All right, so how practical is it? Okay, you can say that students you guys start school early, you guys also end school early, but you guys have homework to do. So what actually fits into your very tight schedule, right? And you're talking about routine. So it's not a one-off thing. It's a thing that is consistently repeating itself, right? And we're talking about student schedules, right? So these are all super important keywords to note, right? So that you make sure that you are answering the question directly, okay? Some students give really good answers, but it's just that their answers better better serve as an answer for another question, okay? Then you have to make sure that the question that you're giving, no matter how good the points are, answers the exact question that the teacher is asking you. All right, so over here, first things first, you can say that on the way to school, or that is something that you definitely have time for. You can say that you walk or cycle to school. If feasible, you can say that you participate actively in PE classes, using skipping ropes, and light gymnastics. All right, and you can also say that you are do short exercises or stretching videos during home-based learning breaks. Right, so these are all great answers. You can also say that you take a 10-minute walk around the neighborhood after school. You can say that you join sports CCAs such as basketball, badminton, or taekwondo. You can also say that you climb stairs at home or school instead of using lifts. But honestly, you guys don't have lifts in primary school and secondary school, right? right? We never had those, right? Okay, you can also say that you do body weight workouts like push-ups and squats during screen breaks. Okay, so definitely a lot of different options that you guys can use for your answers. All right, definitely you guys can let me know if you guys have your own answers, and we can put that down as well. All right. Well, for now, I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds so that you guys can take screenshots where needed. All right. We are ending the live at 5:30, right? Okay, we will do the rest of the questions in our next live. It'll be like 1 to 2 minutes before we start, so it's around 5:32 maybe. All right, I will see you guys in a bit. All right, bye everyone.